Naming the notes does not resolve whether or not someone has perfect pitch. Naming the notes simply means someone can do the relative pitch. Relative and rel okay. Relative pitch means as long as you got one note, you'll be able to find the other notes because you got that one note. So then from that one note, you know where that other note is. It's a scale you kept. They made us keep. You've heard it, and you want to keep hearing it till you know it. So that's all that is. You got to know what sheet music you're reading. I did go over some sheet music, and I got back into it for an hour or so, and I remember it. Still time consuming. It's still putting something before the mind that could actually produce in the art, or getting breathing, doing something productive rather than reading from the. Now the reading is good because it takes practice. So you got that thing in front of you, the notes. Okay, we getting somewhere with this? So if someone plays a tone and a person can say, oh yeah, that's the E, and they get it right, and they always get it right, that does not prove they have perfect pitch. Just means they learned how to read music. Perfect pitch is like finding a rare stamp. It's not happening. Now, I'm an exception to the rule. Somehow I have autism. I had undiagnosed autism. I'm one of those old people who figured out they have autism, okay? But I also figured out I have perfect pitch. I see it's like 1 in 10,000, maybe 5 in 10,000. I'd have to look into that more closely. But it's not 1 in 1,000. It's not 1 in 100, 1 in 1,000. It's 1 in 10,000. It's like being 7 foot tall for basketball, something like that. Or 6'10", I don't know. So I went over the notes. As long as I wanted G clef. I played trumpet, so I wanted G clef. So I want the C, and I want everything based on the letter C, the major C. And I don't think, no way in hell am I gonna relearn. I mean, not relearn. You never forget, but to get fast at this stuff, like I can't go back to playing trumpet. I'd have to build up the lip. I don't want to do that. And only brass players probably know what I'm talking about. So I have shown that being in tune in one instrument goes to the other instruments. In this case, the vocal chops. I've shown people how to sing. You just start with what's easy and then you stretch it out. Singing is dormant. It seems to be autism. You have to. I think one might have to have autism to have the absolute pitch. So I have autism. Okay, so forget about whatever's out there on the internet, unless you find like you got out of your way and you find someone legit. But otherwise, this is a waste of time, and music is no exception to. I mean, people making videos on it. Listen to music, yes, listen to the music. That's how to get over internet addiction. If the internet is the new TV, that new thing we have to have on, just turn it into like a radio, a self-curated music box. Okay, I'm actually certified in teaching. So this is real. This video I'm making right now is real. It's on perfect absolute pitch. And I'm saying it's rare. Don't count on it. Like 1 in 10,000 rare. And I also said it's not about naming the notes. That naming that is like you can name the colors, but it doesn't mean you know how to mix them and make a paint out of them. If that makes any sense. I don't even know what that meant. So anyway, music is just where those 7 notes are, the C. So the C is the universal scale. I'll sing it out. It's like something you never forget, like a social security number, almost. Probably even more so. We probably memorized the tones before a social security number. I don't remember knowing a social security number as a kid. Um, so let's see. C. Uh, uh, I figured out that I was getting the C and the F confused. So if it's going to be a speed game where someone has to solve, name the note, name the tone, like I can make this. I finally figured out after wasting an hour chasing around what I needed to relearn the names of the notes quickly. I just realized there's nothing out there, and one has to teach themselves. Now I'm actually a teacher and someone who believes that one needs to teach themselves, so I would be the exception as a teacher like that, and in music also. So I'm like someone who slipped through the cracks. I'm a musical savant, and that's got nothing to do with narcissism or lying or anything like that. It's all autism, and because I did it as a kid, it's just the truth. I'm one of those 10,000 people I'm one of those musicians who have it. I think it said 11% of musicians have perfect pitch, what I have. So they're like, apparently 89% of singers are worse than me, and there's nothing they can do about it. Okay. So let's get back to the scale. So I'll do the scale. I'm now, yeah, when they started to go into like sharps and flats, right, I can still find them, but it's a lot of work. What I have with but it does explain part of perfect pitch, which is understanding the exact location and notes. So when I hear like the sharp or flat, I can hunt down where it is. It's like finding a perforation that's not included on the gauge, like a 3/4 or a quarter extra. Like the perforation gauge I have, it's for stamps. It's got to be rounded off or at half. It can't be a quarter or 3/4. So then you have to do it old school with the eye. So I got one tune I'm gonna belt out really easily too. I'm gonna edit this thing, cutting out all the gaps I can. No gaps within sentences, no, because I'm doing a lot better, probably in the last half year, where I'm becoming more and more my old self. But even better than that, because I understand the autism now, so I'm able to sublimate or channel or stem. I can play the game now. That if you don't know that you have like a thorn in your toe, then you don't know what's going on. But once I figured out the last remaining jigsaw puzzle piece of the attention deficit, it was like boom, whoosh, freedom, straight ahead. So let's just do that. I'll do that scale. All right, so C. So C. All right, I'll do it like C. That's how one could easily memorize it, the tones. All right, so here we go. This is my free offer to memorize the tone. C. 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 D. E. F. G. A. B. C. So if someone does a tone, I'll just try to pull one out of the air. Eh, eh. See, I don't know. Eh, uh, 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 G, See, I forget what the tone is, but I just gave my whole, like how I do relative pitch and how I assume everyone else does. It's like, do you use every finger when you're typing? Or are you like me, chicken pecking away with one at a time? Both hands, though, one at a time. Might as well use both hands, chicken pecking that crap. All right, I can add in a few other fingers if I'm in the zone. Or no, maybe now, since I figured out I have Asperger's, I can try to see if I can become a savant at typing, but I doubt it. Okay, enough of that. Enough of me. So that's how I would put together. That's how I would teach. That's how I would teach music. Anyone like myself who who got confused with all that extra lettering. The word is not the thing. The thing can't be spoken of. It can only be experienced or sung. We're built to live in the moment. This is the song I'm doing. I listened to it quite a bit over the last few hours. It's gonna be The Logical Song by Supertramp. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, start. When I was young, it seemed that life was so wonderful, a miracle. Oh, it was beautiful, magical. And all the birds in the trees, well, they'd be singing so happily, oh, joyfully, oh, playfully, watching me. But then they sent me away to teach me how to be sensible, logical, responsible, practical. Then they showed me a world where I could be so dependable, oh, clinical, oh, intellectual, cynical. There are times when all the world's asleep. The questions run too deep for such a simple man. Won't you please tell me what we've learned? I know it sounds absurd. Please tell me who I I said, watch what you say, or they'll be calling you a radical, a liberal, a fanatical criminal. Won't you sign up your name? We'd like to feel you're acceptable, respectable, oh, presentable, vegetable. Oh, take it, yeah. But at night, when all the world's asleep, the questions run so deep for such a simple man. Won't you please tell me what we've learned? Please tell me what we've learned. I know it sounds absurd, but please tell me who I am. Who I am. Who I am. Who I Cause I was feeling so logical. One, two, three, four, five.